Okay, Streamity Stream 177 has started. Oh yeah, 23 more until Streamity Stream 200. While in the other stream it's 24 more until 200. Well, 23 or 24 more until 200. Anyways, let's make a new shared piano. No, not chords. Shared piano. Hey, everyone, this Streamity Stream 177 is in this shared piano. Wait, maybe I need to charge my computer to include sound. Oh, wait, we have to. I'm gonna do the shared piano at the beginning. I'm sending a link to it now. I think we need 2 live streams. Why are they titled 2000 for 9999 Heart 80 something? Okay, I sent a link to the shared piano in Streamity Stream in 177. Also, share my screen, so you can also see my point of the piano if you want. Yeah, the link is in the Streamity Stream 177. What is that sound? Oh, the sound is Remedy Stream 177. Yeah, that's right. I'm doing that one. The sound is 12 p.m. Oh, the link to it is in Remedy Stream 177. Show the note names.
Riley.
Yes, Grandma?
Why are you standing on the table?
Oh, I didn't share piano. I'm gonna change to drum machine. Okay, let's settle this opinion.
Yeah. What are you trying to tell me? I don't know yet.
Gotta start the poll. Okay, let's settle this poll. Do you guys prefer sharks or flats?
Yes. Oh. Okay.
Those poor ducks sharks. Yeah, I'm gonna end the vote. End the voting. Okay, I will end the voting. Make Sharks win. Sharks win low key. Hey, let's put one in more.
Hi. Yeah, the reason already voted, but for 12 years after that, and I got back to the hobby in 2013 when I was 16. But yeah, so here's me solving a 3x3x3 on camera. So yeah, to solve this thing, I averaged 12 seconds, and my best is 7.68. If you want to get started cubing, I highly recommend that you learn the root method instead of the default method, because you can achieve similar fast times with both, but let's be honest, root does look, reads, and takes even root. Going the root movement would be part of the action. JK, use whatever you want. Don't need to be part of it. Just call it unless you will. Below. Oh, did I tell you that I can also practice? You start with and then then you By the way, and the real me at the same time. Pretty mind-blowing, huh? Which one do you like better? It's gotta be the animated beat, right?
Silence.
I mean, I've got perfectly... Geez, way to overreact. Sensitive much? It's hard to never think so loud. Okay, fine. I'll shut up for a few minutes and let you do your thing.
Okay, I don't care, piano.
You know, everyone's looking for someone to be with, but me, you don't have to worry. Because I got someone. Extremely cringy jokes aside, yeah, I enjoy sweet cubing, as nerdy as it seems, but showing off my solves isn't what this video is about. If you want to see that, check out my speed cubing channel, CubeRule, where I upload solves with commentary, solves with AI music, animated bar graphs, and other visualizations. Today, I want to talk to you about Loopover, which was my attempt at a two-dimensional Rubik's Cube. Why did I name it Loopover? Well, let me show you. I named it Loopover because... Okay, stop that. I named it Loopover because the rows loop over when you drag them. So as you can see, Loopover consists of a 5x5 board, and there's 25 tiles, each of which has a letter on it. And if you click on one letter and drag it horizontally, it's going to shift that row horizontally, as you can see. And then if I drag it vertically, it also shifts that way. And you can do this for any letter you want, and if you do it enough, it's going to start scrambling the puzzle. But the goal is to get it back into this position where they're in alphabetical order. So if I click scramble, it's going to do maybe 1,000 random moves on the puzzle, which gives me a random state. And the goal is to get it all sorted again, like I said. So as I'm solving it now, the timer is going because, of course, I want to do everything as fast as possible. So let's get going. My strategy here tends to be to first build a 3x3 square and then expand from there. So I start with A, B, and C. And then you have to remember that D and E go next to that. So F actually goes right below A. But you can't just drag F over here and then push it up because that's going to push A out of the way, as you can see. So we have to use these two free columns on the right to bring F up, and then you can slide it over this way. Oh, but if you're real fancy, you can drag it to the right. That saves one move because we moved 2 to the right instead of 3 to the left. One thing I should point out is that a lot of people are like, isn't this just a 15 puzzle? Or in other words, isn't this just a slider puzzle? So you know those puzzles where you have one empty spot in a grid and all the other tiles slide into that empty spot and you solve it? It's a pretty common puzzle that a lot of people are familiar with, but it's not the same as this because first you should realize that there are no empty spaces in Loopover. And also, in the slider puzzle, you're only moving 1 square at a time. But here, you're moving 5. Like, there's no way to move fewer than 5 squares at once. So it's a different puzzle. Also, I'm done. In a slider puzzle, you're only moving 1 square at a time. But here, you're moving 5. Like, there's no way to move fewer than 5 squares at once. Also, I'm done. It's all pretty cool. So it is a different puzzle for the sliders. But, if you're going to do it again. Now, if you've been in the loop in the puzzle, you'll know that this is actually very similar to a different puzzle. It's made by Innosport. So that's before Loopover. bunch of tiles that are identical, and you can swap them around and still be in a solved state. So that's one minor difference. Though I can still see people accusing me of copying them, and to that I say this. Even though I didn't really release them during US Nationals, I actually started working on this in 2013, and that was only when I started speed tutoring. So I looked originally about it, I was like, wow, I want to look at this. Oh, I can't do a record holder because it's too hard. And I think my friends were kind of fed up with me not focusing on a school project. So yeah, there's that. I guess I just got super busy with stuff and I kind of let this sit on the sidelines and I didn't release it. But there you go. That's proof that I started working on Loopover before Switch Tile was released. Okay. Instead of just talking about random things as I'm solving the puzzle, maybe I should lead you through what I'm doing so that you can learn something. And you can go to this link online and play it for yourself whenever you want. So maybe you can figure out how to solve it too. I love it. So like I said earlier, I'll start with a 3x3. And I think that's pretty intuitive. And if you can't do that, pretty straightforward. Then I do the 1x3 column. It's pretty much the same idea. So I need to bring it down here so that I can be brought in right underneath it. Oh, this is actually really like the full end over like that. And then when I bring it up, that whole 3x4 block is solved. Now, you might be tempted to solve the next 1x3 to the right of that, which would be E, J, and O. But I actually don't want to do that because I want to have one free row and one free column for as long as possible, since those are the most helpful. So I'm going to solve this 4x1 underneath the solved portion so far. And those letters are P, Q, R, S. So I'll bring P in, and then Q to the right of that, taking advantage of the 3 rows of columns. Of course, R comes in. I get lucky because S is in the right spot already. So boom, 4x4 solved. And now we're at last column, last row, which is where most people who solve this for the first time get stuck here. So I guess this is where you have to do a little more thinking or like experimenting. So the way I decided to solve this is pretty simple. So I'm going to solve J and O, and you'll see why I only do 3 in a bit. But now I only have 1, 2, and 3 columns. So if I want to bring E and J together, there's no way I can do that without using this 3 row to put J to the side of it while I shift it. And then I bring it back and then O needs to be right below that, so I do that and that. But at this point, you might be like, uh-oh, because when you bring this up, you have to solve by 1, but there's only 1 3 row left. You have to solve the U, V, W, X, Y, but there's no other tool to do that. Well, there actually is one more tool, and that's the 3 spot view. Why I didn't solve J, O, I left that now is basically whatever you have in that keyboard spot, the X, I don't care, just push it down wherever you want. Spot. And somehow you can bring that back up. Well, wherever you bring it up should be solved relatively. So X was inserted into that row, and U comes 3 before X, so the 2WX. The 3 before X would be here, where the Y is. To bring Y over to that is, and then bring U back up. Now that's kind of a similar move, because now you put Y out of the way, and you need to insert Y back here and solve relatively reaching so far. So Y comes before U. Now that's because, right, Y is the last letter in the row, and that actually comes before U as it's over again. So it's number 1, and now there's actually only 1 letter left, because when we solve B, well, that's just 1 to the right of U. So bring that up, and from here you can see the bottom row is completely solved in relation to each other. So you just gotta bring it back to solved state like that, and the whole thing is solved. So I think that should be enough of a tutorial for anyone to be able to solve it. But it gets really fun when you start practicing more and more, and everything's second nature. So you don't. Oh shoot! Okay, sorry, that was a glitch.
Oh
so
god, I forgot to send
the color coding also helps a lot. So I'm always looking at the orange ones, kind of like that. And also, I'm using a mouse to drag around the pieces, which you kind of have to do. but if you play on your phone, it's a lot cheaper because you can just drag with your finger on the touch screen. But I'm running this game through open processing, and I found that that platform is a little finicky on a lot of different devices, and I think that people on
Stop,
Android
Stevie.
think it doesn't work, or maybe it doesn't work if you're not using Safari.
Oh, cool.
All I know is that on
Sonic
my
fan.
iPhone 10 with Safari, it does work. It should also work for any desktop and mouse. When I was at US Nationals, I started like reinventing myself in this game, and I got this 16-second solve, which you can see here, and I thought I was like, wow, I'm so fast. So I like posted it and I started sharing it with my friend. So 16 seconds, pretty fast, right? I was feeling like a king, like no one could touch me. But you know what? Whenever you think you're good at anything, there's always an ace who can do it faster than you. That doesn't really work. Well, when I shared this online with the speed tubing Facebook group,
which center actually helped me play the hard magnesium or Kumar. My daughter is a little bit of a perfectionist. If she doesn't understand something right away, she can get really frustrated. I really considered Kumar at first. But what made me hesitate is that it was very drill-based. So about some words and repeating the same worksheet. Even some words actually teach her the concept. With Kumon, there
the Facebook group, these kids decided to hijack my dream.
Oscar.
So check it out. The board size I'm playing with is 5x5, right? If you look at the history of the
Oh,
world
oh,
record
no,
for the
no, no.
5x5 week over single, you can see that I had it for quite a while. Right? I brought it down from 23 years ago down to let's see, 12 there, 12 seconds. And then this kid, David, who does he think he is, breaks it with the first 11, and then he goes all the way down to sub 10, and I just feel like I'm inadequate now. Well, I think he's a lot younger than me, so I think he has a lot more free time. His fingers are still more dexterous. Mine are essentially withering away at this point. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. So if you're losing world records left and right, you know what you're supposed to do, right? Then new record. So here's me following with my feet. Yeah, I called the record for that. So yay me. I'm sure my parents are real proud. Oh, this isn't going to make sense to people who aren't in the speed tubing community, but hashtag save speed. I'm all for people who work hard at an event to be taken seriously, even if it's very silly to those who don't compete in the event. Anyway, I think it's been fun to see people push the records down, especially for like the events that I haven't really tried at. I mean, it's kind of hard to call it events, but like I said, there are different sizes of boards, so each different size is a different event. And I particularly haven't really tried the bigger sizes of this board because they kind of bore me. But you can see that if you go to options, or actually not options, you just create a new game, there are these arrows that let you change the size of the board. If you don't want 5x5 because it's too big, go down to 4x4, and there you go. You can even go all the way down to a 2x2, which is kind of stupid. And this board is so small that there's actually only 4 factorial equals 24 states of this puzzle. One of those is the solved state, so there's only 23 possible scrambles this game could give you. 4 of those are only one move away from being solved, which means that at any given time, like that one, a 4 in 23 chance of having a one move scramble. And if you have a one move scramble, the timer stops the instant it starts, so the time is literally 0 seconds. So this event is dumb. For whatever reason, on the leaderboard, everyone went after getting the world record, so there's a 9-way tie for first place. Including me, gotta flex, so I'm there too, but it's a 9-way tie. But enough of these stupid small puzzles, let's go to the bigger side. So I set an upper limit of 20 by 20 because I didn't want to crash anybody's computer. So to start, here's 10 by 10. And because we don't have 100 letters in the alphabet, I decided to go back towards a simple numbering system, 1 to 100. Which means that there's a lot more text on the screen because not everything is one character. But hey, what can you do? And it's pretty nice to look at, in my opinion. It looks like a giant mosaic. And whenever it becomes solved, it looks really nice because it's a smooth gradient. It's actually kind of fun. And people have solved it. I think the person who's the fastest at the big ones now is either Walker Welch or Brian Johnson. Yeah, not me, because I don't know how to do that. Like, when you want to strategize how you want to do this quickly, you have to make decisions like, do I want to solve square-shaped pieces?
have a string. And string orders everything. Sound waves. Yes, Mama.
Did you get the food?
Wait, the
I
food's
got
up.
it.
Stevie's getting the food.
Okay. You each get 2 corn dogs, 1 fry, and 1 pretzel.
Ooh, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Love you. Bye.
Love you, bye. And I'm also gonna end this stream because this stream is on a dead chat now.